And we're live. What's up, dude? Welcome to my home. Welcome to our podcast. Yes. Listeners.
Just pause for a second.
Up.
I thought I was ready. Okay, I'm ready now.
I got my coffee. I got my podcast. I'm ready to have a conversation with my cousin. Yay. But we don't have anything to talk about today, but this is cool. I like it.
We started on a Chismes thing.
What's the Chismes?
Wait, actually, something's weird. Can we pause?
Swear to God.
For real?
No, not again, dude.
I'm not even joking.
I'm just keep rolling.
I know I could.
I'm gonna keep rolling.
This could be something I'm messing with. But I know. Can you check? I just either turn it off or.
¿Qué tiene?
No, oigo de este lado. It's weird. Let me try. Yeah, I think that's better. I think it was just a volume thing.
Are you sure? Do you need me to?
Yeah, you check it.
You need me to check it?
Yes, I do.
You son of a bitch. Also,
I'm not a son, and also
exactly why I can call you.
You know my parents.
You know also los tenés al revés.
Oh,
los tenés al revés.
There's a right side to those things.
Yes.
Let me see.
It doesn't matter, actually. I don't think that's an issue, but this is the right side.
I totally believed you.
Left side.
Okay, this is a clip of "We Are Professionals."
Yes.
I don't think I'm going to tell anybody here what I do for a living.
You're not?
Nah, they don't care. Nobody
You
cares.
know what I do for a living?
I do.
I fucking ball. Oh, wait. There's the camera.
I think if they can tell how tall you are even here.
They can tell how tall I am.
If you're going to fake a sport, I'm just saying, if you're going to fake a sport, you probably should pick a different sport.
Wow, you're going for my height, dude. That's crazy. So last episode, we were talking about novelas pretty much, right?
It started with Chismes.
Oh, what's the Chismes?
Chismes? Did we even say what Chismes are in English?
No, I think...
Let's do it now.
Okay, so Chisme
is
a gossip. Some call it mitote.
It's gossip. Basic, not right. Not a person who gossips.
Some
that would
people
be chismosa.
Gossiper. Some people use the word gossip the word chisme as straight up just lie. The translation of gossip is a lie. Leslie, like how I would say stop lying.
Yeah.
In her family, they would say no seas chismoso.
No seas chismoso.
No digas chismes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like to them, chisme is lie. And to us, chisme is gossip. Yeah, I mean, sometimes.
It could be.
Yeah.
It's related.
Yeah.
Para allá va la cosa. That's another thing we have to translate later.
Para allá va la cosa.
Tiny post.
You know what the thing about Spanish is to me?
What?
I don't know if it's because I grew up with dudes, but everything in Spanish is an albur.
Can be.
Everything is double entendre. Albur is double entendre. Yeah. And I can't even talk to my parents in Spanish without in my head thinking that's what she said. everything in Spanish.
It's kind of ingrained in us.
Yeah.
At some point you realize that is a thing.
Yeah. Like I'm selling my old truck, right? And I was telling my parents about it. And I was saying something like, y pues le dije que me meta el dinero a la cuenta or something. And as soon as I said
that's
me
not bad.
meta, but all I said was la meta, whatever. And that was already enough for me. Like, that's...
I hope you cringed a lot.
I'm a pervert. Inside. I'm a pervert. I feel like a pervert. Honestly.
I think it depends on who I'm with. Because if I'm with your mom I don't know, but like Yolis, for example, she just cracks me up. Like if it happens, we'll just...
Yeah.
Well, not so much. I think probably depending on who you're with, right? You kind of let loose.
I mean, I try to always stay loose, but that just doesn't happen. There's a video I saw on the internet of this priest, Catholic priest. He was an American Catholic priest, but he was giving mass in Spanish. And so they do that a lot, right? There's a lot of bilingual.
No, but you can go very wrong.
So
with, misplaced.
Yeah. So the funny thing is, the priest was giving the homily, which is like after the gospel. I'm saying so many Catholic words that everyone that's gonna listen is Catholic. The world is Catholic, anyways, right? No, okay. So this guy, this priest, was giving like, I don't know, maybe the sermon is a more common word, and he was like, look to your person to your right and to your left, and tell them my life is hard. But he said that in Spanish. Look at them and tell them my life is hard. But in Spanish, it's mira a la persona que está al lado de ti y dile, la tengo dura mi vida.
No.
La tengo dura mi vida. Isn't that funny? That's hilarious.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
He said latte, and he kept saying it, and everyone was like, no. They all started laughing. Some old lady in the front.
So sorry, man.
Some old lady in the front told her, así no se dice. And he was like nice about it. He's like, what did I say? He had no clue.
Of course he didn't.
He had no clue. He's like, so the lady told him how to say it. Tengo la vida.
I have a very...
Mi vida es dura is the right way to say it.
I was telling your dad about the story the other day. We were talking about, I don't even know.
You were telling my dad que la tienes dura?
Cállate.
You're gross, dude.
That was him. Okay? That was him. Okay, so no, I used to work at a bakery, and we were talking about, I don't even know how this conversation came up. Okay, I honestly don't know, but I was very proud that I spoke Spanish well, and whenever someone would need something in Spanish, I was one of the people they would, there was a couple, right? Did you hear that?
It's like shocking here right now because of the heat.
Yeah. So then I would ask them, like, we had different cakes that were buttercream and preservatives. You know where it's going.
Oh, I know where you're going with this. Yeah.
And I was so proud to know all the words. All of them. No, I did. I knew that they could get apricot preserves, raspberry preserves, etc. So like in Spanish, mira, you can have, pueden escoger de, entre. I mean, I'm telling you, I was like fluent Spanish.
Sure.
Proud. Yeah. Yeah. And I was like, preservativa, quieren un pastel con preservativos de fresa, chabacano, blah, blah, blah. And preservativos
that's condoms, right?
Yes.
I didn't know that either.
Did not know that.
I was having a conversation with one of my aunts when I was younger in Mexico, and I was telling, es que la comida tiene muchos esto no tiene preservativos, and they all started laughing at me. I was like, what's so funny? Preservatives? Preservativos?
Preservativos.
No, that's another thing.
Well, I dug down because I was so ignorant.
You're like, no, that's how you say it.
They were native Spanish speakers, and they were like, they did the, like, shocked, as they should. Yeah. And I was like,
you're telling me they got condoms in these cakes?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I'll take two.
They were trying to be kind. They were being gracious to me, and I was like, I got up in arms. I was like, I know how to speak Spanish. And so I dug in, and I was like, see? And then I started mentioning all kinds of flavors of condoms.
Oh, no.
So that they would know I knew all the words.
Damn, this bakery's lit.
Piña, chabacano, frambuesa, mora, no sé qué. All the fruit names. I was like, I know my fruit names. Yeah. I thought it was about that.
No, this would be a bakery in Andersonville, by the way.
Yes, it was.
You got all the flavored condoms.
I don't even know. That was back. Well, I don't know if I ever told that story to them.
Yeah, you would have gotten fired right away.
No, they would have laughed, but I would have been embarrassed at the time. Now,
it's a funny story.
It's a funny story, and it happens with language, for sure. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, it's I think we've said this before, but like language is such a barrier of communication.
It can be, yeah.
Even like for us, we grew up with both languages, but for some reason, like I feel that I can't speak either language
perfectly,
fluently.
No, I gave up on that
because if I hear Spanish, I'm gonna just hear perverted thoughts in my head.
That's not why.
That's why.
That's not why.
What do you mean?
Well,
and so I hold back. I hold back.
You hold back?
But that's because my brother...
you gotta get in there.
No, hell no. My brother and my cousins, it was all like... Everything was albures in Spanish. Literally everything.
But it's so easy to go there, right? It's not even a stretch. You know what I'm saying?
It's not.
I think it's kind of like... It's funny, but it's also easy to think that way. It's not... It doesn't take much.
I wonder if that's like kind of about the... It comes from like the conservative culture that is kind of like hidden in the underlying like even
I think you
the
have
language.
a good point. Yeah. Yes. So I can. Yeah. Why not? Because if you have to be careful with what you say in public.
Yeah.
No digas esto.
Yeah.
Don't tell this person that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of rules around what to say, what not to say.
Well, that goes back to Chismes.
Chismes. Are we bringing us back
full
to Chismes?
circle, dude? We know how to have conversations. Sponsor us, Spotify. Give us a $250 million deal, Joe Rogan.
Or just put it out there.
Or that. No. But yeah, Chismes we like to talk about other people. Like, is it is it a thing about our family, or is it a culture thing? Because I think
it's both.
It could be both. Like, I know my family is very chismoso. Chismosas. Somos bien pinches chismosos nosotros, dude. But here's the thing, man.
I'm not gonna say that yet. No.
But it's not. I don't say it, and I don't mean it in a negative way at all.
I know,
because I think it comes more from like it's just our family is so tight knit. A lot of us feel that if we talk about this person, it's not really talking about them. It's just it's just we know.
No, I get it,
and it's not talking negatively either. And I think it's because
sometimes.
But do you think it's meant to be harmful? Maybe it is negative, but is it meant to be harmful?
I think that it can be meant to be harmful, and I think it also can be just you're venting about something. I think it can be both, and I think the intention is everything, because I've been in conversations where you can tell that person that's saying that chisme is really just doing it to bash someone. They're not really. And then there's the other side of that where you're talking about it to make sense of the thing. Like, oh my God, did you hear what happened? I wonder why. What's going to happen? Right. Or it affected you in a personal way, and the chisme helps for you to process that thing.
But then at that point, is it chisme because you're trying to figure out your feelings about it? Does that make it chisme?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Is that too philosophical?
No, it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
I have that question. I mean, I have this question.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I'd like to change about how we do things. Because you and I have both been on the receiving end and probably have given that chisme that has hurt someone else, right? Where you don't know what's going on, but you say something.
I heard this.
I mean, it's been, I don't think I do that anymore, but I mean, I'm trying not to. Sorry if I have.
I do it all the time. And I don't know if I do it, again, I don't do it maliciously, but I think I do talk a lot about what I hear about other people. And I don't tell people. Yeah, I'm chismoso. Unless they tell me, like, hey, don't tell anybody this. Obviously, I'm not going to tell.
Oh, I know how I'm going to start my conversations with you. Every time.
Be clear. I need specificity,
I actually appreciate when somebody tells me something personal, because I am very free about talking about things, right? I'm not trying to hide a lot of my stuff. I mean, privacy is one thing, but I'm not living a double life, right? So then I am living how I'm living, right? But if somebody tells me something that they don't want anyone to know, you need, like, tell a person.
Please say it.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, 100%. Because if you don't tell me this is a secret,
how are we going to know?
How the hell are we going to know you don't want people to know? That's so crazy to me. I don't get it.
I don't typically, you and I, the chismes that we talk about are very related to us, like something that's happening with you or with me, immediate family, right? Yeah. So it's not like, I don't feel like that's the case with you. But it is tricky because that's how we've been in our society for ages, is how we gather information, we share things about each other, we learn through conversation.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what it is. Like, when you talk about in our case, I feel that when we talk about other people in the family like that, like I think it's more like it comes up in conversation. It's not more like, let me tell you what happened with this person. Or
but
this person and that person are fighting.
Do that?
No, I don't think anybody. Well, I guess because I just always give my family the benefit of the doubt. I'm blinded by my love for my family.
I know, me
So-
too. Maybe we're not the people to talk about this.
But I mean,
Let's
we
get a
could,
hater in here.
dude. I'm the biggest hater of all time.
Yeah, but you're not chismoso like that with me, so I don't know the side of you.
Are you sure? I think you're seeing at me with cousin eyes. Because I talk some shit, dude.
Yes, but you don't tell me about other people's things. You know, whenever you tell me about something, this thing is weird. Do you hear it? No, we're going to live through this. We'll survive.
What do you hear? What do you hear?
You.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. But, you can have your own podcast now.
What were we saying? Give me back.
You don't think that I do it like chisme malicious?
I've not had the
words.
experience with you where you're telling me something just to bash someone. That's never been my experience with you. That's why I like talking to you, because it feels like, you know, there's never like a malicious vibe. Whereas I'm going to talk about this in terms of people that are no longer in my life. Okay.
Okay.
You
sure.
all are safe.
Okay.
Once upon a time,
Right.
in
Wink,
the town called San Miguel el Alto, Jalisco,
Okay.
we love.
Uh-huh.
I remember going out with a group of friends. They were not my friends. They were my grandma's. I would tell you who they were, but this was before your time. But they were part of like the neighborhood crew of people my age that I never hung out with because I was always with my cousins.
Okay. Right. But you were
I
just
prefer to
there
be with
by
me.
association, right?
Right. Well, like they would roll around, and they were at my grandmother's house. Their moms were and everything. And then I went out to lunch with them to see. They invited me, and I said yes. And I just couldn't like it. They had like a chisme vibe
Really?
for sure. And I was like, oh, I don't think that was the last lunch I had with them.
The first and the
But
last.
they were like, I don't know if that's how they connected. You know how you connect? You can connect that way with
Trauma
a chisme.
bond? Is that called trauma bonding?
I maybe that's what you're thinking, but I'm thinking just in a very basic level, like you talk about someone and then the other person is like,
this
oh,
person
yeah.
sucks.
And then it creates this bond between you. You know what I mean?
Hate
Where you're
bonding.
Like a hate bonding.
Yeah.
Or like a
that's
judgment
gross.
bonding. Right? It doesn't seem right. Like we don't.
I don't think they feel good. I think the people that do that are people that just don't feel good about themselves. Because, I mean, you need to, when you don't feel good about yourself, I think you need to tell yourself that other people are doing this
Or it's
bad.
a habit. I wonder about that. I think you're right about that, but I also think
They're just used to.
that there's another side to that, because I think it could be part of the culture, la costumbre, that the culture of chisme.
Yeah.
You know, you ever been in like a group of women and men, the older generations, where they're like,
Yes.
oh no, you're suffering way more than me. Oh no, you are. Oh no, you are. No, comadre, compadre. No, tú. Like, yo
Let me-
sufro, pero no como tú. It's like the.
I don't think I've ever heard that.
No.
No, I don't think so. I don't think I've paid
It's
attention
a very
to that.
good like suffering Olympics.
Is that
like
the-
it's like a way to like
Oh,
connect.
but you have it worse.
You
no,
have it worse, but
you
not
ha-
like a bashing. It's more like a
Do
who's
you-
suffering more. The person that suffers more gets the prize, I guess.
Ugh, that feels kind of patronizing to me. I recently learned
It's a
what the word
thing.
patronizing means, so I'm using it a lot. But I think
Really?
but that feels kind of patronizing. It's like, oh no, but I'm fine. You, I feel so
no,
bad
it's
for
not
you.
like that. It's like maybe I'm not explaining it correctly. It's like
Maybe I'm
you
not
know,
understanding correctly.
No. Give me a chance. I got you. I got it. Okay.
Okay.
So then there's you're in a conversation when you're like, oh my God, this is happening. Oh, or you're trying to tell something. Somebody's telling, you're not trying to take away their pain by sharing yours. You know what I mean? You're not trying to one up them. It's the opposite. You're like, oh, this happened to me, but no, that must have been terrible for you. Do you know what I mean? It's not a one-upmanship. It's more like a
one down.
you're trying to, I don't know what to call it, but it's a way to connect.
Yeah, that's
I find
that's
it
a
as
weird way to connect.
It is.
Do you do that?
The only one.
Do you do that?
I used to, because it was like the thing. It's
But is
the
it
thing
real?
that was taught.
No, that's what I'm saying.
No, I don't do it anymore.
Yeah.
No, because now I want to connect on a real level, like on a genuine level.
It's like somebody's telling you what they feel, and you're, instead of being like, oh, that must be whatever, you're really like trying to be there with them. It's like, oh, damn, yeah, that fucking sucks.
yeah,
It's like
just
that.
feel it with them. Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Yeah, we
I
don't
don't
do
think
that
we
enough.
need to. No,
We-
say that again together so we can.
One. 2, 3. Yeah.
What?
We said 2 different things though, so it's not even cool.
Nobody heard. I don't know what we said, but I think you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. I think it's one of those things that maybe it's cultural. We can't be the only culture that does that, but those are the little things that they work, right? You will connect with someone, but that's not quite, maybe we have the freedom to do something new now. Like, I don't feel I need to do that with you or with,
I think it just comes
that I'm with, like any people that are in my circle now.
I think it comes more with just being kind of new or first generation to this culture, that everything that is like, we do act differently and we do have different mentalities and different customs and shit. Just being here one generation. Yeah. We think completely differently. True. You know, we fucking don't believe in God and well,
that's not true.
This other shit.
Some people in our circles do.
A lot of people do.
And they still go to church. It's a weird thing though, because then you start seeing these differences. We're not what's that word when everybody's the same? Homogenized? That's not the right. Is that correct?
Homogenized? Is that like a gay thing? Homogenized? No.
You're such a dork.
Do you want to look up homogenize?
Oh no, it doesn't matter. I'll just use a different word for that. Don't worry. I'm not that. It's fine. They'll understand me. It's when, like, we're not all the same, you know. Because when the nice thing about being from the one town, like, you go there, there's a same culture, right? You have a shared culture. The customs are the same. The connections are like everybody's kind of on the same page
on the same vibes, because you're all living the same way, and essentially it's like but I think more than it can be a cultural thing, but I guess maybe it's the same word, but it's like it's a small town thing more than anything, right?
I think so.
Like, if you're all if you go to like fucking, I don't know, what's a small town here in Illinois?
I don't know. We don't go to small town. We gotta go. We should go and see.
Where's Richard Pryor from?
I don't know.
Peoria. Oh, like, if you go to Peoria,
I don't
Illinois.
Think it's small anymore.
Okay, then another small town. I don't know. Like, if you go to, like, I was at my cousin's house this last weekend for the big game.
Oh, I know which game.
Yeah, for Taylor Swift concert, or the Usher concert. But we were in Plano, and so it's like a small little, I don't even know if it's suburban, because it's way too far from Chicago to be a suburb.
I don't know what to call it. It looks like one though.
Ranchito, pretty much. But whatever. It's a small town. Like, people like that, they're all kind of living the same way a little bit, maybe, right? Maybe.
That's a good question.
Because it's a small town.
I don't know small town culture here.
And I'll tell you this.
I know small town culture in San Miguel, Mexico, right?
So that's
which is very different than.
It can be, but that's what I'm saying. Maybe it's not. But that's what I'm thinking. Maybe it's not.
Yeah, you might be right about
people
that.
have ranchos over there. People have, you know what I mean? There's like cows and horses, and whatever.
I'm gonna ask my friend Karen. I think no, she did not. We got to find a small town person and ask them.
Isn't there?
There's got to be like everybody knows each other. Everybody knows what they're doing, and then there's like the little side comments of like, did you know this person did this or that? Yeah, that's got to be a thing.
But
right?
maybe it's like in subdivisions.
Subdivision, you know what I mean? Chismes.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. Like, my cousins, they have like a crew of the people that live in the subdivision, and it's cool. They close off the subdivision or some shit in the summer, and they have like a big cookout, and everybody's hanging out and shit. It's cool. So I wonder if that's like a similar thing to be.
I guess, but I don't know. We do that. Like, the neighborhood I live in has block parties, and I don't participate.
Wow.
But they
Racist.
do. They seem like they're having a good time. Like, they do that. I think you can build a community anywhere.
And
but
then there's chismes within the community. I think it's a human thing, though, to talk about other people.
But for sure, yes. Let's not take away from that. But there's something special about our chismes, isn't there?
Yeah, it's called sadness. There's a discontent.
Like, I think novelas are built around that.
Okay,
which is what we talked about last time.
You think the drama of novelas infects people? Yeah, because you told me.
I don't think the novelas are. I joke and say that.
Is it like a chicken or egg situation?
Yeah, no, but it's joke. It's a joke. Those are an expression of us, right? So that's not obviously we're first, but
Breaking Bad is an expression of me.
Oh, that's such a good show.
Yeah. But anyways, that was yeah. So novelas you think novelas are an expression of that chisme culture?
I mean, it's where humans are writing it, right? I don't think there's AI
I don't
for that
know,
yet.
Dude. Maybe it's like reptilian folks
But it's
that
like
are trying to control the culture.
It's an art form, right? It's an expression of something, right? But it's all chisme. And the chisme part is like the bad chismes. All the novelas are bad chismes where it's all like misunderstandings.
Really?
Yes. Come on, man.
I don't remember. The only novela I remember was one called Al Diablo con los Guapos. And
you told me about Ruby though.
Oh, well, Ruby too.
That was I changed my mind about saying that they all have a formula because that one doesn't. So
that's why it's good. It's more like a Scarface situation where like the main protagonist is actually the antagonist. One of those situations.
Did you ever watch Jane the Virgin?
Yeah, no.
I couldn't take it.
No.
It was good and it was funny. It was but it was like so like every episode was like a twist. I was like, I can't take it anymore.
There was a formula to it.
Yeah. It was funny. I thought it was funny.
Lily loved it. I think I remember her watching the shit out of that show.
The like voiceover guy. Oh no. Like that.
Was he like Spanish or something?
Yeah. Spanish accent. And it was so funny.
I don't like American shows about Hispanic culture because I don't know why. Because I'm a hater, number one. But number two, because I think it's just a lot of times it's like, that's not how we all are.
Yeah.
Like that gets into my head. I can't help myself.
I think that's natural.
Like, Mexicans don't even talk like that, dude. That's me the whole fucking show.
I mind that when the accent doesn't match. So you know how many times have you been watching a movie and the guy or the person that's supposed to be Mexican or Cuban or whatever has a totally different accent from some other culture, and I'm like, no.
Yeah. He's supposed to be Mexican, pero habla así.
Or they're natives and they have an accent where you can tell they're not native speakers. Like there's a little like bloop.
Yeah, I'm okay with that because they're actors. I think my problem is more with the direction of TV shows like that.
Really?
Yeah, like because I think in American TV, it's like it's usually. Oh man, I'm going there. Whatever. It's usually like a white American's perspective on what that culture is like.
I think that's the bulk of what we've seen so far.
Yeah,
but I think there's new stuff coming out.
And the crazy thing is, like, for example, the show Modern Family. Mm-hmm. I'm okay with Sofia Vergara's character.
I love her
because it's obviously satire.
Yeah,
100%
for sure. But there all are. It's like an even satire across the board.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So the problem I have is when they try to portray this as like, this is real life. This is what we go through.
Oh yeah,
that I hate that. But that's the problem. They all are like that. Most, not all of them. Okay, I would bet that most of the shows are like that. Like the struggles of a Mexican in America or whatever.
Oh,
like, shut up, dude.
Well, isn't that one of the reasons we even wanted to do this and talk about our own
to say
culture?
That's all wrong. It's all wrong, dude.
I don't think it is, though. It's like the Chisme thing. I don't think it is all wrong. I think that we've just not seen something that looks like us yet. You know, because who am I to say that what you're seeing somebody didn't live that
story.
Right?
I would.
I don't know because that's not yes, we have some common things for sure, but we're not all like, if you're even from our town where we're from in Mexico versus like a bigger city in Mexico, that's already going to be a different culture. Yeah. Like it's already different, right? That's in the same country, right? Even here that's the case. And that's just within Mexico. So then Mexico versus like Cuba or versus...
Imagine those differences. Yeah.
Right. And then my friend, Marilyn, I love it when she tells me stories about the different cultures between the Cubans that are living in Cuba versus the Cuban Americans that are living in...
I love it.
In
Miami.
Me.
Please tell Miami. Okay, good job. Yes, tell me more, please. I said it right. Please, I want to hear this because I love this.
Well, we'd have to have her. I can give you some of what I've been. I don't know for sure
because that's what I see.
There's a Miami culture. There's a Miami culture, and then there's like people that came from the first generation versus there's a stretch of like people that came in later, Los Marielitos, that era, and then there's a bunch of other, like they're all very different. They're all from the same country.
Yeah.
But the culture and the way that they speak, the las costumbres, the norms, all of that changes.
Yeah, for sure. So I mean, it's because I guess everything is always changing. It's not just a cultural thing. There's also a generational thing happening.
Yeah.
And then on top of a generational thing, there's like a technological thing that's advancing too. And that's just, everything keeps changing all the time.
Yeah.
So eventually we're all going to keep evolving. Eventually we're all going to be purple. We're going to be wearing our Apple have you seen that Apple fucking shit?
Have you tried it?
No, that's the mark of the beast, dude. That's so crazy. Did you not see WALL-E?
Yes.
You know the fat folks there?
Totally
like,
where we're heading.
Oh my goodness.
I think about WALL-E all the time.
I think, that's kind of weird.
Because of what's happening in AI and like, do we even need to interact, right? How do we?
We don't.
What are we doing really?
Yeah, let's get out of here. Thanks for listening. Goodbye. It's crazy, dude. I
keep interacting.
I've seen there's videos online of this motherfucker wearing those like Apple shits, right? Yeah. And he's driving his Tesla on autopilot. So he has his Tesla on autopilot. He has that Apple fucking thing where he can like watch a video here and a video there, and he has his fucking spreadsheets over here. And like while the car, so somebody's recording driving by him, and this dude is in his autopilot thing with the things, and you can see like the car, he's not touching the steering wheel. He has his things on it. He's doing this.
That was.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
he's like moving the screens around,
just
and not driving. Hands. He's doing so many things at the same time.
Yeah, I think we don't know what that's going to look like, right? We can imagine, but we don't know. We're just going to adapt to whatever the new thing is.
But if it's an American thing, like, is it happening here on top of everything else?
Oh,
or is like culture in general just going to go away?
Stuff, the technology stuff is worldwide, right? So that's not just I don't think we have those borders anymore. For technology, there's no borders, right? The cultural stuff, I think there's still borders for that. Here's my conclusion about why we're never going to finish this. We did this number 2 about Chisme because I felt we didn't.
I don't think it was about. It was supposed. The first one was supposed to be about. No, it doesn't matter what.
Whatever it was.
It doesn't matter. That's the Rock reference.
But you know what I realized? It's so everywhere in our culture and what we do in every day. We would never finish even talking about the impact that Chismes have and how necessary they are. They're necessary even.
Yeah, sure.
Right?
I mean, we're wired as human beings to talk about what we perceive as being bad because that's how we've made it 7 billion years.
That's a survival thing. Yeah,
however,
exactly. Yeah, there was like imagine back in the day, like if I think about it in terms of like what the women in our family must have experienced back in the day, right? Like
yeah, they were treated like queens, obviously.
Like pre-telephone days even, okay? Like my grandparents' age. And that was how they got information. The communication was everything, right? Like if you needed to know something, you're going to talk about it. You're going to talk about like what happened. Wait, what happened?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's no...
Yeah, you want answers. If you hear something, and that's the thing. If it's concerning to you, it's fair to ask. Again, the bashing sucks. That's not cool.
I don't like the
right?
bashing.
But if it's about like asking, hey, what happened with this person? Oh, I heard this person got into a fight with this person. What happened?
Yeah,
that's more of a concern.
A concern, but is it a concern? I wonder. Like sometimes we still all do it. But I do want to at least be in the space where I catch myself all the time. All right, I know I'm starting and stopping a lot. I told you it was going to happen. Bear with me.
We'll get there. Ahí la llevamos.
Ahí la llevamos. Estamos bien. I want to move into the space where it's not the bashing, like the practice of really, like you said, as a concern, right? But I do think it's true. You know that phrase of like, no te importa. Like, esto es algo que no te importa.
Y a ti que te valga.
No, but it's like, why are you talking about this? No te metas, right? No te metas. So I think there's something truthful there too, where we can cause a lot of harm giving opinions on something we shouldn't be giving opinions on.
Something
we don't know
that-
the full story.
Something that you do very well is you just say, I don't have to know, but I hope they're okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I do that well. Thank you,
Yeah.
Emmy. We should.
I mean, yeah.
I do it out of truth. It's because it's true, right?
You feel that way. You are enlightened. A little more than most of
because
us.
people that know our circle, that's not what.
A little more in that perspective, yes.
Brilla.
Brilla. Eres bien brillante. How do you say enlightened in
I don't know.
Spanish?
I don't know. We'll Google that later.
This is why lately I've been more digging into all of that human ickiness of it.
Mm-hmm.
For the longest time, I got obsessed with just like becoming empty and just be a mirror, and it's like just like at peace. And the only way you can fully be at peace is if you just detach, you know. But when you do that, and that's a very pure spiritual thing you can try to do. I mean, as a human, it's hard to do. But so for the longest, that's where I was at. I just wanted to. I don't know. I feel like if I don't let anything attach to me, I'm never gonna put anything bad into the world. In turn, maybe I can help everything be better.
Oof.
You know, it's a heavy thing to carry. And
it's a void, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a void,
because you can't. That's in and of itself impossible, because human experience is experience.
Yeah, yeah.
In and of itself, like you
100%.
can't just be a void through the world.
Well, you can, but it's tough.
But then then that's no longer human. Like I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, no. I agree. So that's what I'm saying. Like for the longest, that's what I wanted to be. You know, and actually it's like this came right after speaking of drugs, a big dose of marijuana, that it's like, oh, I don't need all of this shit. And I just try to put together whatever I need. And I slowly started to get rid of the want for stuff, which I guess that's where it started, stuff. But whatever. So that was there
like
for the
material
longest.
Things?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But now, because I think I was so rejective, and I don't want to say rejective because I just tried to be very aware of it. But whatever that is, because I was like that for so long, I feel like that's why now I'm more for like, fuck you, let's talk shit.
You went the other way.
Yeah, because I feel like right now I'm trying, like I feel like, fuck it, let's do it. You know, we're here, we're humans gossip, let's talk some shit. Yeah. As long as you're doing it mindfully and you don't do it on purpose, it's okay. You know, like that's what I think.
Well,
if it's
I'm
not
thinking
on purpose,
it's all okay. Here's where I'm at. I think I don't have an opinion one way or the other. I'm seeing it for what it is. It can be malicious. It can also be helpful. A chisme can be all of that. It's going to be what you bring to it. That's it. And it's as simple as that. I don't think there's as much control as it. I don't think that we really control too much. I think what we have comes out, right? We can try to stifle things, but we're going to bring to it like either love or judgment when we're in that chisme mode.
Yeah,
right?
For sure.
And it's going to be who you are. Like I know you've been in places where, because we all have, where you're the person that's hurting someone else, or
not
you're
me.
the one that's being hurt.
I never hurt anybody. I'm too small. I'm too small. I'm so little. I can't hurt a fly. No, but yeah. Keep going. Sorry.
No, I think that's the truth of it. And I don't think we get away from gossiping and chismes. I think it's part of who we are.
I want to know,
even though I've tried to reject it, I really have.
If we're lucky enough to have listeners.
Listener.
If we're lucky to have listener.
This is for
that is from a different culture. I would love to know.
Me too.
In the comment, because it's only one.
Us. Oh,
just let us know in the comment.
I just got that.
How does gossip, like what role does gossip play in their culture? Because like you said, I think we're more alike here than the mainstream narrative, the mainstream idea wants us to think.
No, I don't know what that is though, because we're not.
the mainstream. What I'm trying to say is that like, oh, we're so different and we're so divided, and there's a race war and we're all hate each other. Blah blah blah.
That's irrelevant to us because
that's what I'm saying.
That's some intellectual conversation. It's not real. That's not what we're living, right? So that's why we're doing this, because it's.
So that's what I'm saying. Think. I like to think that we're more alike and we're all this fucking same thing. I don't give a shit what you look like. But again, that's coming from somebody that doesn't judge people for what they look like, right?
Right.
So it's easy for me to fucking say it. Mm-hmm. You know, I can also speak from my experience and how I've been treated, right? But I don't give a shit, whatever. What I'm trying to say is I think we're more alike. And I think that's what we're going to find out. That it's like we're all, at the end of the day, there's different, this is the class that we're in America. We are, I'm not myself, I guess, but I am, maybe, I don't know how it would count, but it's like we are the class of the immigrant families. And it's like, it's the people that have been there.
I see I understand where you're.
It's not like, maybe it's not a race thing, but maybe the differentiation that I see is how you got here, or maybe how many generations ago you got here.
Maybe.
You know?
I'm curious about that too, because in my life, I've found a quicker connection to people who are like kids of immigrants.
Yeah.
For sure.
It doesn't matter what the fuck you look like.
It doesn't matter, no.
Yeah.
Or like even the Catholic thing, because even though I'm not a practicing Catholic,
I know
that if a person is from some other culture, but they're Catholic, we're going to have some things in common.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's
some like common ground there.
100%.
So some of our culture does connect us for sure.
Because it's the funniest thing to me. I always hear people like, oh, well, I'm Irish, so I do this. And I was like, well, I'm Mexican, and I do the same thing.
Too.
Oh,
exactly.
I'm Italian, so I do this. It's the same fucking thing.
Yeah, I think
oh, I come from Yugoslavia, so this is how I see the world. And it's like, no, that's how I see the world too, man. And that's how most people, we're not so special. I think nowadays people want to be different so bad.
Yeah.
And it's just not the case.
I've always heard that, though. I don't think it's nowadays, because you remember the conversations we used to have? Well, used to have. Our parents used to have, and the generations before, right? Didn't you ever do that where you were just sitting around listening to them when you were a kid? Okay. That was all over the place. These people versus us versus them. And it wasn't malicious. It was just like a framework that you're like, oh, that person's X race, so that's how they think. And we're this way, so that's how we think. But that really, it's based on limited knowledge, right? Because nobody's living really in each other's cultures.
Well, here's another thing with
you're
that.
having like a surface
understanding of the whole thing.
Right. So then,
this is what I think. I think about that. I feel like I start everything I say with this is what I think. So this is what I think. Put that on a t-shirt. Put that on a t-shirt.
This is tu cruz.
This is what I think. I think
I'm just going to get a t-shirt that says, no, this is what I think.
Dude, that's awesome.
Are you kidding me? That guy
no, we have to cut this out.
Me.
Yeah.
No, we got to leave it.
Yeah, the dinner or something.
Oh, I got shushed at a dinner too?
Okay, never mind. So, but we need to cut that part out because people are going to steal our t-shirt ideas. This is what I think. No, this is what I think. There's two different, it's like a couple's t-shirt.
No, we won't. We'll get it. Okay, no, leave it in because I'll get it for us.
That's amazing.
We'll get it.
I want the logo. That's already so fucking cool. And this is what I think.
No, this is what I think.
This is what I think.
Can I need to have the one that says no.
One
this
of them
is
is
what I think.
One of them is like a monito facing that way with like a speech bubble that says this is what I think, and the other one is a monito facing this way with the speech bubble.
No way, man. Mine's gonna be all big, like all over here, and it's gonna say no.
I'm trying to make money, bro.
So I want it for me. I think the thing I like it is because really it's the opposite. You're the one that been like, no, this is what I think.
Oh yeah, you really think so? You think that that's me? No.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe. So I think that
I don't think that's all you.
I think it's all me, and it's okay.
Moments of those.
I think
you have those moments.
I think I am that fully. Yeah. I want to be that fully, actually. Yeah. So no, I think I always say I think.
It's okay.
Put a counter every time I say I think.
We love you in spite of saying you think. What is it?
Appreciate it. I need positive affirmations because I'm an insecure man. When you come here as an immigrant, I think I imagine you have to kind of lay low. you can't be mingling with other people because that's risking your status being in this country. Because if you piss off the wrong person,
people that come from illegal immigrants,
yeah, they're gonna call fucking immigration on you or some shit. So I think
you don't want to rock the boat.
So
plus
that's
you're
what
representing
I think.
too.
Yeah,
like, I was definitely told, and I think there's something in common. A couple of my black friends have this in common as well, where their parents,
humble brag.
No, it's relevant to the. It's relevant to the conversation.
We get it, Mari. You have a diverse friend group.
It's not a win to have diverse friends. You just have your friends. Let's move on.
Say that to the people in Logan Square.
But they're American. Like they're born and raised here, like not us. But their culture is that because they're minorities or whatever it is, because they're black in America, their parents taught them that they have to be better than. Like they have to work harder. They're representing the culture, etc. And I know we were, taught that too. Like, you want to make.
I failed so bad.
Did your parents ever tell you that, or it's just I don't know if it's
no.
That. I know my mom was very much like that. Like ustedes están. I don't know if she meant it for the culture. Or just for the family name.
Yeah, I think the family. I think
that it's in there.
I can imagine it being from
you're
the
representing
family.
You want to make sure.
There
was conversations about that of like, don't be that kind of an immigrant. You know what I mean? Don't be that kind of. You got to be a responsible immigrant.
Don't be the one that just uploaded a video saying that they don't want to work because they're gonna give them free housing and free food.
Right? Did you say that? You did not say that.
No, I didn't. I didn't say it, but I saw it. I'll show you the video.
Oh,
yeah, these motherfuckers.
People say that? No, you people better work. Really? No, come on, you're messing with me. Really?
Not only do I have internet proof, which is for the most part fake, I have real life stories of people telling me, of people offering jobs to this group of people with their babies under the bridge asking for money. Then being like, hey, I don't have money, but I'm on my way to a job site. Job? I don't want a job. I need money. Oh, okay.
That's
get your ass back to
that was some like YouTube thing or whatever.
YouTube thing. I'm telling you, real life.
Family.
What?
I'm talking about our family. That's some other people we don't know.
Oh yeah, no, that's not us. Family. That's no way. Are you kidding me? We're too proud.
I'm actually being serious.
Yeah, no, we're too proud to fucking.
We got busy. We're working,
getting handouts and shit. No. Are you kidding me?
Got work to do.
Ugh, I am a racist, dude. I'm just kidding. I'm getting tired.
We have to end it.
When I say nonsense like that?
No. Well, I have to get. Speaking of, I have to get to work.
Liar. She doesn't work. She just plays on her little computer all day.
My mom calls it tarea.
Yeah, little homework. So, final thoughts. Chismes are bad. But there can also be good sometimes. And it's just a human thing, so don't feel bad about it.
I think this is going to be an underlying thing. It's a human thing. I'm not going to tell people to feel bad or not feel bad.
I might say it, but
it's what they are, But I do think that personally, I'm curious if anybody feels the same way. I think that it's time for us to rethink how we gossip, for sure.
Look at you. Time for us to rethink.
I would like that in our family. I'm saying my family, by the way. I'm not trying to tell people what to do.
I'm not going to even tell them what to do. I think do whatever the fuck you want, guys. Don't listen to Mari. She's crazy.
It gets personal.
I don't give a shit, dude. I'm not gonna put it on me.
I would like to start a chisme of like a good one. See if that
Did you see how much Emmy worked last week?
Yeah,
Emmy worked
let's do that.
So much and just lie about it completely. What would happen?
I have told people I have done the chisme about you for that, but it was one of those like I think it was with your parents. No, because I saw them the other day, and then they asked me how it was going, and I was like, "Oh, good. You should know he does work. We had to stop because he had to go to work. Like
one day.
You're ruining it. I was helping you out.
I don't need it, dude.
That was a chisme.
I am whatever you say I am. If I wasn't, then why would I say I am? Eminem, 2004 or something.
Oh, really? I thought you were just making that up.
I don't care, dude. I absolve you of the karma of of carrying the burden of having a gossipy family. Just let me
I don't take that.
blow it off your shoulders.
Thank you.
You don't need it. Let them do what they're gonna do and just do let me tell you.
We've all been guilty of chismes for sure. And I've talked to them about this too. So what we'll do is if I have a new insight, I'll bring it up. Maybe we'll have one of them come on and talk about it from different generation. That would be interesting. But for now, we've not finished. We're going to keep bringing this up. It'll be fine.
Chismes?
Yeah. Like we gossiped like a few times already just in this little hour that we did.
I love it. Oh, so okay. So it was Ram Dass who said it. Of course, I'm quoting Ram Dass again.
You quoted it.
I can do not. This is what I wanted to say. No, this is another thing. I can do nothing for you but work on myself. You can do nothing for me but work on yourself.
Yeah,
and that's it.
That's so true. That's what I mean about the chismes. See, it's like it's not. It's okay if it's whatever. It's what it is. Like you're gonna bring to it what you bring. I bring to it what I bring, etc.
Praise Odin.
Thank you, Ram Dass.
Praise Ram Dass. No, praise.
¿Qué dice B?
Be here now.
Oh. Okay.
Well, thank you for joining us on another podcast guest, listener, and let's end it.
I hope we're connecting our community somewhat. And I want to know, we can't be the only people that are like this.
Weird?
Yes.
Weird and slightly autistic. I think most of us are that anyways.
Well, it's going to be fine.
Yeah, we'll be okay. Lint roller?
No, thanks.
All right. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Sácate con eso. Bye.
Was that fun?